Members of the Rye Rangers Hockey Club, members of the Palazzo, Maloney, and Haynes family, friends, and all of you who have supported this worthy cause, I welcome you and thank you for a job well done. We did a good thing today, and I am very proud of all of you. You should know that the genesis of this Memorial Cup first occurred on September 11th. That afternoon, the phone lines of this hockey fraternity were buzzing with disbelief, shock, anger, tears, and plenty of them. And always a final question: what can we do? What will we do? When? Not a day has gone by in the last 95 days that we have not prepared, planned, reached out to help Lisa, Brinley, and Ann. Today we celebrate and rejoice in the name of Tommy Palazzo, Ted Maloney, and Ward Haynes. We love you guys and will remember you always. I want to thank a few special folks and organizations here who put in an extraordinary amount of time and effort into making this happen today. First, the Rye Rangers Hockey Club Board and membership. Steve Ketchaball. Director of the hockey operations, Tom O'Grady, who I do not believe is here, who's the director of the rink, and Bill Steers, the esteemed president of our organization. The stores and businesses in Rye and in our surrounding communities who show their support by proudly displaying our flyer in their windows. And our captains today, how about it for Greg Zegras and Michael Holmes? But you should know that one individual among us has done so much with his creativity, which has resulted in the wonderful emblem on the flyers, on the jerseys that we wore today, on the programs, and also those beautiful pins. This particular teammate's determination to do something, as I said before, began on the afternoon of September 11th. And I might add, it did not end until probably noontime today when he picked up the jerseys from the tailor. 1:30. All these promotions were his idea, and I'm sure you all agree that this has been one very classy affair. And how about the Memorial Cup itself? Have you all taken a look at this? Unbelievable. This fellow, Mr. Jerry Baum, started working on this the evening of September 11th. I want you to join me in recognizing our teammate and good friend, Jerry Baum. And at this moment, I'd like to have Jerry come forward to share a few thoughts and to christen the Rye Rangers Memorial Cup.
Those of you who don't know me, I am Jerry Baum, trophy maker, speech writer, awards presenter, and occasional hockey player with the Rye Rangers. I got my start in this line of work a few years ago by creating the Dick Kramer Award, which honors a friend of ours who played hockey with us for over 20 years. He passed away from cancer. The trophy is awarded to the team, the white or dark team, that wins the big game on the final weekend of each season. The trophy's down at the town dock. You should stop by and see it sometime. Wives and mothers, it may help you understand a little bit better why we continue to play this game. But now this, September 11th, the World Trade Center bombing, and 3 of our hockey-playing friends are gone. When we heard the news, we knew we had to do something. The idea of a memorial game was quickly confirmed. Making it happen became the mission of all the members of the Rye Rangers. We all had our jobs. My job was to come up with a trophy and some jerseys. As we went about our tasks, I was struck by several realizations of who we are and what this club is really about. So the following are my thoughts on the subject, some of which are inscribed on this Good Skate Award It's our memorial to our friends. We are the Rye Rangers Hockey Club. What we do here is play hockey. Maybe not big league hockey, but we're serious about our hockey nonetheless. We come from different backgrounds, we play the game at different skill levels, and yet on the ice it all comes together beautifully somehow. But there's something more. The club has existed for over 25 years, and some of us here have been members for most of that time. Do the arithmetic, and you'll realize a lot of us are past our physical and probably mental prime. There, I've said it, old and slow. But that doesn't stop us from playing here week after week, season after season, because there is something more to it. Most guys have asked would tell you that they're here for the exercise, and in the words of Billy Joel, to get away from life for a while. But guys, particularly hockey-playing guys, don't always tell it exactly the way it is. Sure, we get plenty of exercise, and where else could you get away with lying shamelessly about how good we really were in our younger days? It's an escape from everyday troubles. But yes, there's more. My theory is that we're drawn to something rather than escaping from something. I mean, how many people do you know exercise at the same gym for 25 years? And how many of those guys regularly show up at 10 p.m. on a Tuesday or Thursday night? We're drawn to the rink. We come for the love of the game. It really is the best game. But there's more. We really come for the camaraderie and the friendship. Even if it's unspoken, it's there. Even if it's interrupted by an unexpected hip check or an occasional scrap, it's still there. There is a bond among the members here that runs deeper than we appreciate, or being guys might publicly admit. That's the more of it. We're not escaping reality. This is reality. And we really weren't fully aware of it before September 11th. And then it happened, the unthinkable. On September 11th, our world, like many others, was shattered. Friends we never considered losing are gone forever. Gone but never far from our thoughts. Tommy was the wisecracking, energetic fireplug of the men's team. Always the first to back up a teammate in distress on the ice, always the first with a wisecrack in the locker room. You always knew Tommy was there. He was a presence. Teddy was the good-natured young talent with a stick-smashing habit we brought up when we needed a solid performance and goal. He sometimes lulled you into thinking he was the naive and perennial rookie, being the youngest on the team, then tagged you with the unexpected verbal haymaker. And Teddy wasn't beyond being the brunt of the joke or making you the brunt of the joke, as long as there was a joke in there somewhere. Ward's hockey focus was on the kids. He was always on the ice coaching the kids with a smile and a good word for each of them. He even had a smile and a good word for the parents. All three of these guys were doing good things, living good lives, raising good families, and being good friends. In essence, they were just being good skates. And then September 11th came, and they were gone. The loss of these guys has devastated us all. But these events have also forced us to look more closely at who we are and how we live. And what many of us have found is encouraging. Like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, we don't have to leave Kansas. We don't have to search far for the good in our lives. We too have found it right in our own backyards, in this case, the rink. It has been right here all along. We have found it in the lives of our longtime friends Tommy, Teddy, and Ward. We have found it in the relationships that we have forged over the years at the rink. Maybe we've just overlooked it or misunderstood these things until now, but they are real and tangible and help us deal with our loss. So in keeping with the wisdom of the great Wizard of Oz, we have created a testimonial to the goodness to remind us of what we have and what we have been given by our departed friends. Today we are dedicating a trophy, a memorial cup, in honor of our friends Tommy, Teddy, and Ward. It symbolizes the human goodness of these three special individuals. It is called the Rye Rangers Memorial Cup and will be known informally as the Good Skate Award. Simply stated, a good skate is the guy who makes life a little better for his having been around. The world would be infinitely better if we all strive to be good skates. This award will be presented annually to the member of the Rye Rangers Hockey Club, voted by his peers, as best epitomizing the human goodness of these special individuals. Its enduring legacy is to serve as a reminder that we are better human beings for having shared our lives, both on and off the ice with these guys. Dedicated today, December 15th, 2001.
Wow. Incredible, Jerry. Thank you so much. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I hope you've all had a chance to take a look at the trophy. One of the things we decided early on that was we were going to choose 3 ambassadors in the Rye Ranger program to represent what we were doing today to the families. And I'd like to introduce now Johnny Finnegan, who represents the Palazzo family, Trask Feifel, who represents the Maloney family, and Jay Altmeyer, who represents the Haynes family. These guys have been a terrific support behind the scenes. They had a big responsibility because, quite frankly, we didn't know where this was heading. But I'm telling you right now, this headed exactly where we wanted it to head. And I'm very, very pleased about that. So what I'd like to have, remember this trophy is very heavy and very precious. Without you dropping the trophy, and I'm looking at you, Finnegan, I want you to come over here and grab these jerseys, and Lisa and Ann and Brindley, if you want to come forward, I want you to come forward, take the jersey. It's something we want to give you. We want to hold it and have it represent the love and affection that's in this room for the most wonderful guys that I've ever met in my life. So guys, come on over and grab this and do your thing. Oh, we got some love in the air. I can sense it.
Come on over here. Let's get some nice pictures of this. Lisa, stand right here for a minute.
One editorial note, Tommy would be a little upset that he has a white jersey.
Johnny, I'd like to make a comment on that. Not today. Not today. Tommy's winning.
He yelled at me all the way to the shower today.
How about a hand for the folks from MSG here that Jay brought in, that they are going to document, obviously, everything that went on today, and hopefully we'll be able to see it over the course of the New York Rangers season. Hand to MSG and hand to Jay Altmeyer. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our ceremony. Thank you so much. God bless you. Merry Christmas. hockey players. And they weren't necessarily former NHL players. They were players that just loved the game and loved to be together. Today we celebrate and rejoice in the name of Tommy Palazzo, Ted Maloney, and Ward Haynes. We love you guys and we'll remember you always.